Hello, welcome to St. Patrick Regional Secondary's platform discussion, where we hear from the leaders of the Liberal, NDP, Conservative, and Green Party. Today, the topic of discussion is climate change. Leaders will be given several subtopics related to climate change and will provide their party's stance. Let's not waste any more time, so let's begin.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all. Are we prepared to begin discussion?
Yes.
All right. First, we have Mr. Justin Trudeau of the Liberal Party.
Hello, and thank you to our moderators and those who are watching this morning for making an important choice and for exercising your right to vote.
Your first topic is climate accountability.
In June, we passed the Canadian Net Zero Emissions Accountability Act, which sets targets for every 5 years, from 2030 to 2050, to guide the country's transition to net zero. This act includes stronger, more frequent progress reports, an independent advisory body, and a 2026 emissions objective requiring a plan within 6 months. Furthermore, the Liberal Party plans to gradually increase the carbon tax to $170 per ton by 2030.
Your next topic is nuclear energy.
The Liberal Party has released a small modular reactor action plan in December, which lays out intentions to make the next generation nuclear technology part of Canada's clean energy transformation. The Liberals have invested millions of dollars in small modular reactors, and the party's climate plan, A Healthy Environment and a Healthy Economy, touts smaller modular reactors as a way to help decarbonize heavy industry.
Your final topic is carbon capture.
Our 2021 budget earmarked $390 million over 7 years for research, development, and demonstrations of carbon capture technology.
Thank you, Mr. Trudeau, for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Aaron O'Toole of the Conservative Party.
Hello, thank you. And remember, together we will secure Canada's future.
Your first topic is carbon pricing.
The Conservative Party would introduce carbon pricing that would start at $20 per ton and increase to $50 per ton, but no higher. The Liberal plan calls for pricing of $170 per ton by 2030. The CPC's 160-page election platform calls for the tax to be paid into personal low carbon savings accounts. When Canadians buy hydrocarbon-based fuel, and those savings could then be used for energy-efficient retrofits, a transit pass, or other green purchases.
Your next topic is zero-emission vehicles.
The climate plan includes a zero-emission vehicle plan based on British Columbia's mandate, which would require 30% of light-duty vehicle sales to be zero emissions by 2030. However, the International Energy Agency's report on reaching net zero carbon pollution says ending the sale of new internal combustion engine passenger cars by 2035 is key to achieving net zero. The Liberals have set a mandatory target for all new light-duty cars and passenger truck sales to be zero emissions by 2035. But the next steps are on hold until the US reveals all its plans.
Your final topic is fuel standard.
The Conservative Party proposes a low-carbon fuel standard that would reduce the carbon intensity of transport fuels and incentivize environmental protection of agricultural lands and managed forests.
Thank you, Mr. O'Toole, for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Jagmeet Singh of the NDP Party.
Hello, good morning. Student, faculty members, teachers, I'm Jagmeet Singh, and I am fighting for you.
Your first topic is carbon pricing.
Our carbon pricing plan is similar to the Liberal Party's plan, but we have changed how the system works for industrial emitters. Under the Liberal system, companies exceeding 80 90, or 95% of the average emissions in their industry have to pay. But the NDP wants companies to pay tax on a larger portion of their emissions and it would set the limit to 70%.
Your next topic is emission reduction targets.
The NDP has a target of reaching net zero emissions by 2050 and 50% reduction below 2005 levels by 2030. We would also create a climate accountability office to provide independent, transparent information to ensure targets are being set and met through 2030 to 2050.
Your final topic is nuclear energy.
Unlike conservatives and liberals, the NDP does not support plans to fund nuclear energy and instead supports the development of energy storage solutions to roll out renewables like solar and wind on a larger scale.
Thank you, Mr. Jagmeet Singh, for your time.
Finally, we have Miss Annemie Paul of the Green Party.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. And just a reminder that voting green means moving forward together.
Your first topic is emission reduction targets.
The Green Party's recovery plan commits Canada to a 60% reduction of greenhouse gas below 2005 levels by 2030. This amount represents Canada's fair share of emissions.
Your next topic is carbon pricing.
It is important to note that a carbon tax plan is not a plan in and of itself. The Green Party proposes implementing a carbon border tax with the potential to create a North American carbon border adjustment to incentivize greenhouse gas reductions.
Your final topic is renewable energy.
The Green Party aims for a major ramp up of renewable electricity and for 100% of Canada's electricity to come from renewable sources by 2030 without nuclear energy. We also prioritize investing in a national electricity corridor.
Thank you, Mrs. Annemie Paul, for your time.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to today's discussion with our esteemed party leaders. Make sure to vote on September 20th in the school's election via the guidelines provided by your student council. Until next time, goodbye for now.
What's up, Celtics? Your student council here. Although we cannot actually vote in the real federal election, this is a great opportunity for us as students to exercise our right to vote in our school community, as well as to stay well informed and make our opinions heard. But you may be wondering, how do we vote? Well, let us show you.
Hi, Celtics.
Thank you for bearing with us during our times of technical difficulties. But meanwhile, we can introduce to you safety protocols when voting.
Please bring your own pencil. Follow the directions of the student council members and volunteers.
Keep proper distance from everyone and wear your mask at all times. So, thank you for listening and enjoy voting.
Wait for the video. Oh, and wait for the video.
Thank you for being super patient.
What's up, Celtics? Your student council here. Although we cannot actually vote in the real federal election, this is a great opportunity for us as students to exercise our right to vote in our school community, as well as to stay well informed and make our opinions heard. But you may be wondering, how do we vote? Well, let us show you.
In order to register, you will need to bring a piece of ID for proof of person. Grade 9s to 12s must bring a Go card from any previous school year. Grade 8s must bring their school schedule with their student number on it. Firstly, make your way to the gym foyer and line up neatly behind your grade's registration desk. Once you are there, the individual at the registration desk will check off your name after you have shown your ID. Then, you will be given a voting card with all 4 of the federal parties' names on it. Make sure that you have your piece of ID and voting card before leaving the registration. Now, let's review and go through some do's and don'ts. Do bring any Go card from a previous year if you are in grade 9 to 12 and a schedule with your student number on it if you are in grade 8. Don't show up empty-handed with no ID or you will not be able to vote. You too, teachers. Do wait for the registrant to register you and give you your voting card. Don't leave before registering. Do make sure you have everything with you before you leave the gym foyer. Don't leave anything behind.
Once you are done registering, walk up to any available voting station. Take one pen and vote for one of the political parties on your voting card by writing a check mark. When you are done voting, return the pen and place your voting card into the ballot box. Then, exit the building towards the cafeteria. Now, let's review and go through some do's and don'ts. Do walk up to any available voting station if free. Don't walk up to your grade's voting station if someone's still there. Wait your turn. Do take one pen and place a bold check mark beside one of the political parties' names. Don't place a check mark beside more than one political party's name. Your vote will be disregarded if it cannot be understood. Do return the pen and place your voting card in the ballot box. Don't keep the voting card to yourself. Do exit towards the cafeteria after voting. Don't exit through the gym foyer.
We hope you all understand the rules and procedures of how to vote. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to ask any of the student council members or your teachers. We will be glad to help.
Enjoy this wonderful opportunity to make your opinions heard. So, get to
to
voting!